Okay, so now we get into transportation. This one's a huge one. Um, know your district's policies for driving students. Familiarize yourself with the van usage process, if applicable, at your school site. From reading the previous post in the earlier units, I became aware that not everyone has van usage, or people have to rent out vans, from an outside organization. No, and understand the paperwork needed to transport students, such as emergency forms, destination forms, student checklists. So just make sure that you go to your district. I found out that sometimes there's one or two, different papers that need to be filled out that maybe your athletic director may not be aware of. So it's always important just to check with risk management at your district to assure that you're properly that you fill out the proper paperwork needed to transport students. Um, and familiarize when I put familiarize yourself with the van usage process. Just know that there's proper paperwork that has to be filled out for the rental usage, depending on your school site, um, when and where you're going. Our district has an online portal to access the mileage. Um, to report mileage for the vans, depending which ones you're using. Checklist for vehicles being used to transport students. So just make sure that you're giving a full walkthrough, making sure the tires are filled, making sure that the van has oil, the battery's working. Uh, all those small things that provide safety for the students. Risk management policies, such as an X amount of students allowed in the van at once. I know our district doesn't allow any more than seven students in a van, plus the driver. I know you have to have a certain, I think it's the Class B driver's license, but our vans don't have the back seats in place anyways. And you can't throw kids in the back. Even though I know people do that, uh, there's probably still schools that throw, another two students in the back, but without a seat or seatbelt. So, those just become liabilities. Know your driving limitations and limitations of coaches providing transportation. So, if you have an assistant coach, which we had maybe 4 years ago, who didn't feel comfortable driving students, don't put that person in that situation where they feel uncomfortable, or that they don't want to drive, 30 minutes or 40 minutes out of town, or 2 hours. Um, that's why I put know the limitations of your coaches, so don't put them in those situations um, if they feel uncomfortable driving the students. Have all insurance paperwork submitted and cleared through district before driving. So if you have any assistant coaches, just make sure that you yourself calls risk management to assure that so and so person is clear, and that they have everything turned in. That way, the liability doesn't fall on you. Um, Saying that it was my responsibility to make sure that my assistant coach was cleared. So that's whether that's my responsibility or not. That's something I still do, and I go above and beyond that because I need to make sure that I'm covered and that they're covered in case any accident may occur. So that's the transportation.